Valorant has been a little stale for the past year or so, but there seems to be a ton of features coming up to spice up the game. We've also seen recent meta shifts, new maps, and old map rotations. However, I think that there are some really interesting features that really should be implemented into the game. So in this video, I'm going to break down 5 of them that I think are plausible. Yes, it'd be great for them to rework the Radiant system, but I don't see that happening. These 5, on the other hand, I think have a solid chance. Alright, let's jump into this, starting with an honorable mention. I'm not going to talk too much on this, as most players and creators have talked about it, but yes, the number one thing I think Valorant needs is a replay system. Let players look back on their games, learn, report cheaters, and overall improve the Valorant experience. However, my first real feature I want for Valorant would be an extension of this. I think it'd be really cool if, as an extension of a replay system that we should be definitely getting, we are able to watch pro games in the Valorant Champions Tour. Imagine if instead of relying on platforms like Twitch and YouTube, you could watch the events in-game. You can switch between perspectives as you choose, and overall customize the experience to you. Do you want to learn how to play Sova on Ascent? Watch the Sova player. Do you really like to watch TenZ's gameplay style? Watch him, instead of being forced to watch what the commentators want. They could still stream on YouTube and Twitch like they do now, but this would be a way more fun and interactive way. Top that off with an easy way to reward players for watching esports without having to link accounts, and we have a pretty awesome feature that enhances what Valorant aims at, esports participation and watch time, plus it makes it as accessible as ever when Valorant launches on mobile and console later this year most likely. We know they're coming, we just don't know exactly when. Next up is something a little less game-changing, but a feature that I would love to see. I buy every Valorant Battle Pass for the Radiant and the cards. The gun skins don't compare to the premium ones, and most of the sprays are unusable. But there's a solution to that. Let players equip multiple sprays at a time and choose which one they want to use while spraying in-game. Imagine if you could equip 6 sprays. Then sprays that are super context dependent can be used, like the 13-0 spray and the -140 spray. You press T to use the default and hold it to select one of the 6, similar to the ping wheel. This allows more sprays to be used and for more fun interactions where you happen to have the perfect response equipped. Overall, it doesn't seem too complex and adds even more value to the Battle Pass without increasing what's actually on the Battle Pass. Again, for features to be added to the game, they have to be good for the players, but, Riot's going to want to see good in it too. And so this would probably increase Battle Pass sales and overall just be a win-win. Speaking of good for both, this next one is more of a selfless request that I personally would get very little value out of, and given that you're watching this video, you probably wouldn't either, but I feel that a direct inbox system should be added to the game. This would serve 2 major purposes. First, anytime anything important happens in the game, players would receive a message from Riot about that. Most players don't watch Valorant YouTube, most don't follow the posts on playvalorant.com, and most just log on and play. A better, more in-your-face inbox system would alert more casual players to changes rather than forcing them to find out themselves. I was playing with a friend after the jet dash change came out, and they were completely unaware and pretty confused when he tried to dash out of a situation and smoke just appeared on the screen. I just feel like this would improve the average player's experience by not surprising them when changes happen, but instead just letting them know. Throw in a couple freebies for actually checking your inbox, like Radiant and a couple buddies or things like that, and you get a great way to inform the casual community of changes, a way to generate goodwill, and a marketing opportunity for new skins, passes, and esports events. The other major purpose could be to improve direct messaging. Right now, direct messages work through the chat in-game, and I feel that a more robust system similar to the Riot mobile app could be implemented to actually store these messages so you could have a more long-lasting conversation. For example, if someone messages you mid-game, it's kind of hard to continue that conversation after the game, but if you could go back and see your entire history DMing with this person, it would be really helpful. But it's just a small thing, and I think the inbox for news would be a lot more important. Okay, so next we have an expansion of a feature that was recently added. We recently were given the ability to randomize Valorant skins for each game, but that didn't come with randomized cards, titles, or buddies, which I think would be a great addition to add a little extra use to buddies on the Battle Pass and make each game feel even more unique. I would also love to see a rework of the collection system. There are way too many sprays and buddies for the scrolling system now. The fact that buddies aren't alphabetized is criminal. It takes so long to find the buddy you want because they're not alphabetized. They're sorted by some random method that doesn't make sense. Either way, the ability to randomize your cards, titles, and buddies for each game and an update to the UI for those systems would be greatly appreciated. Alrighty, so the last major thing I would love to see has the least chance of happening in my opinion, but I think it would be really great, and that would be a skin testing mode or option. This could work in 2 ways. Either, instead of the videos that show off the skins, we get to see the skins in action. You can basically hop into a mini version of the range or the range itself with a gun skin that you don't have in order to test the sound and feeling of it. This would help people make hard decisions and probably boost sales of skins, as people wouldn't fear buying the wrong thing. They'd know they'd like it. On top of that, it would free up their support teams, having to deal with less refund requests. Overall, it seems pretty simple, but I think it would make the expensive skin buying experience feel like a better experience, given they are selling you basically nothing for like 20 bucks. Another way I think would be super cool is if you could use the current bundle in one game for free. Basically, you could activate a trial mode of the current bundle, and in your next game, you would have access to the skins. You would only get them for that game, but it would let people try them out and probably convince people to actually buy skins who don't already have them. They would get kind of the high and then be like, I want more. It's kind of the saying, the first one's free. An alternative would be to let people try a one gun a month in this fashion and letting them try any skin, but limiting it to one game a month. That way there's still the incentive to buy skins, you're not just able to use them for free, but again, it's kind of that idea of first one's free. But it also gives you a better idea, like, do I like the new skin bundle? Well, I can try it out in game rather than having to, hem and haw on whether I want to buy it. Typically, if there's a skin that I'm not sure I'm going to like, but I might like, I'll just wait until I see it in enough games to buy it, and typically by then it's out of the store, and then I'm not going to buy it. So I feel like it often loses sales because I can't try out the weapons. Overall, either of these systems would help with the skin buying experience and probably boost sales while doing it. Seems like a win-win, and I would love to see it implemented. Alrighty, those are 5 features that I would love to see come to Valorant in the next year or so. Let me know what you guys think and what features you want to see in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.